All right, geometry, we're on to lesson 3.5, and this is going to be ways of proving triangles congruent, okay? It might look a little confusing, but we'll take it step by step, so hopefully it makes sense to you. All right, so here's a given triangle. On your assignment, you'll be given a triangle, and it will say, draw a triangle congruent to the given triangle using these different ideas. Okay, so we've got, 4 different ideas we're going to use here to show how you can make sure it's congruent. Okay, so we'll just get right into it. SAS is going to be a side, angle, and a side. It's really angle between two sides. Okay, so make sure that's clear. It's an angle between two sides. So I got to pick a side, an angle, and a side to copy down here to make a congruent triangle. You can pick any as long as the angle is between the two sides. So, and let's just do this, this, and this. Okay, see how the angle is in between these two sides where those sides meet? So that would be side, angle, side. So if I just copy that stuff, that should be enough to make a congruent triangle. So I'll copy the bottom first, 4 centimeters. Then I'll copy that angle, 35 degrees. And then that's 35 degrees. And then I'll copy that side. I feel like I didn't make this long enough. Yeah, some reason I only made it 3. Okay, so that's 4 centimeters, 35, and then I'll make this side here 5. About there. Okay, 5 centimeters. Okay, notice side, angle, side. That triangle will be congruent to that one. Even though I didn't measure the other things, it's automatically going to be congruent. This is enough information, a side, angle, and a side, and the angle is in between. Okay, so you could measure the other stuff, but on your assignment, I just want you to show which ones you actually measured to show me that you understand what side, angle, side means. Okay, let's try angle, side, angle. That's going to be an angle and a side and an angle. So an angle that's between, a side that's between 2 angles. Okay, a side between 2 the angles. All right, yep, let me slide it up. Okay, again, I can pick any angle, side, angle I want as long as the side is in between the 2 angles. So I'll maybe do this 90 as the angle, and then this side and this angle. So it's a side that's in between those 2 angles. So I'll go 90, 4, and then 35. Okay, I'll start by making a 90. Say, probably right there, right? Okay, so that's a 90. I'll make this bottom side 4. I don't know if I made it long enough. Go a little longer. Okay, there's 4 centimeters. And then I'll make this angle be the 35. Okay, and that should be enough to make a congruent triangle. Can you imagine that this triangle, let's see if I can zoom out. This triangle has to be congruent to this one. Okay, it just kind of locks it in. Like this should be the same as that. That should be the same as that. Everything's going to match up, even though I only copied 3 things. So it's kind of like the minimum you would need to copy in order to make this triangle for sure be the same as this one. That's what we're talking about with these congruences. Okay, that's angle, side, angle. Okay, if I did it accurate, I could check, yeah, pretty close. That's like 3. This should be basically 5. Yeah, looks like I did pretty good. Okay, but don't label that other stuff because I want to see that you did angle, side, angle. Okay, let's keep going. 2 more. Angle, angle, side means a side not between 2 angles. Okay, the side isn't between, so there's like an angle, then a side outside. This one's a little trickier. Let's do the 35, the 90, and the 3. Okay, so I'm going to do angle, angle, side. The side is not between the two angles. Okay, that's the key. You could have done this one, and this one. Okay, there's a ton of options, but I'm just picking one of them. Angle, angle, and then a side not between, because that just seemed like that would be the easiest one to draw. Okay, where do we start on this? I would probably start with the 3 on this side. Make this 3 centimeters. That's the side. Then I would do the angle, the 90. Mark it over here. Try to make a perfect 90. This one's a little weird because now I'm like, okay, where do I put this other angle? Well, I know I need a 35, and I know it needs to hit this top point here. So that's kind of tricky. I don't think you actually have to do this one on your homework, but I'm just going to kind of slide this over until I'm hitting, here's going to be a 35 degree, and man, that's kind of a pain in the butt actually, but I think it's about right there. Okay, you won't have to do this particular one on your homework, but I do want you to know that it does exist. 35 there. Okay, see how it's an angle, and then the side not between. Again, that would actually make a triangle congruent to my original one. Okay, it's enough information there to do it. Okay, it kind of locks it in, so it's the same. So you basically need 3 pieces is kind of the deal. And then the last one is on your assignment, this SSS, which means 3 sides, obviously. So I got to copy all 3 sides. Okay, which is a little trickier than you think. So let's do the bottom first. And on mine it's a little easier because I did that 90 degree, but you need to make a 4. I need to make a 3. Oops, it's gonna go. And then I gotta make sure this side is 5, which I'm a little off. Okay, but that should be a 5. Okay, but show the measurements, draw it as accurately as you can and show the measurements. See how this is side, side, side. So obviously if those sides match up, that triangle then is going to be congruent to this one. Okay, so it's all about trying to use as little amount of information as possible to make a triangle congruent to this one. So these are 4 ways that you can make a triangle that's congruent to this one without copying everything. There's 3 angles and 3 sides, 6 things. I only had to copy 3 things. 3 things, 3 things, 3 things. Okay. One last thing. AAA does not work. Okay, I'll just show you why on that quick. AAA would be 3 angles, right? So let's copy those angles, 35, 55, and 90. Not worried about the sides, so let's do the 90. Try to be accurate here. And let's do a 35 down here. And then the other one should automatically come out to 55, right? 90, 35. And hopefully this one is pretty much at 55. I did all right. It's 56, but 55. Okay, we'll say, okay, this is not congruent because if I measure these sides, this side is like, probably help if my protractor's not upside down, 6.5. This side is 4.5. And then, I don't know, the hypotenuse is pretty long, like 7. I'm gonna say 7.7, something like that. So obviously that triangle is not congruent, not the same as this one. It's bigger, okay? So AAA does not work because the sides could be bigger or smaller, but the angles still are matching up, okay? So there's one of those on your assignment too. Okay, good luck on that, guys.